What's going on, everyone? My name's Ash. Welcome to my channel, Saved by an Angel, where I talk about anything that has to do with paranormal, weird stuff, and self-improvement. In this video, I'm going to share with you my experience of waking up to an ET like that in my face. Now, if you're new to my channel, in 2014, I tried to take my life by starting my car in my garage. And as I had my keys in my hands and I was about to go do what I was going to do, Archangel Michael opened up this portal and I was consumed with the energy of Archangel Michael. My old man's higher self started yelling through this portal for me to stop. And, after my experience was later on that night. Now, I remember I went to bed, it was around 11:30, and my wife at the time was sound asleep when I got there, and I remember just laying in bed for some time, quite a while, and I just had tears streaming down my face because I was actually really upset and disappointed to still be alive, because I just convinced myself for close to an hour all the benefits of ending my life, and one of the things that I no longer wanted to do was go through the struggle of life. I came to the conclusion that I wasn't too impressed with the person I'd become, and I didn't think it was possible to change. So I just figured it would be easier to leave this place. And so when I went to bed, I remember putting my hand up, I made a fist to the sky with tears rolling down my cheeks, and I said, if I'm going to be here, I need to know what this is all about. And shortly after, I passed out. Now here's where it gets really weird. Somehow, as I'm sleeping, I hear this voice start talking to me, and it said, "We think you should open up your eyes." Now, I'm sleeping and I'm hearing these words, so I open up my eyes, and to my surprise, there's a being standing 1 foot away from my face, leaning over my bed. Now, this thing was tall. It was, the best way to describe it is because I've never seen anything in any books or movies, documentaries on extraterrestrials that looked like this thing. The best way to describe it would be a tall gray, except it was brown, light brown, and its face was like square. It was like squared in. With eyes and like a little slits for nose and a little mouth. And my initial reaction when I saw this thing, when I opened up my eyes and it was staring at me in the face, I gasped. I went, and I did that so violently that I left my body, and I floated off to my right into the corner of my room, and I could see everything. I saw my body laying in the bed. I seen this, what I like to say, 6 foot tall ET bent right over my bed speaking to me, with my ex-wife at the time sleeping on the other side. And as I was out of my body, I couldn't hear what this being was communicating to me. However, that even though I got scared, the energy that I picked up from this being was one of compassion and sympathy. I got the feeling that this being was trying to help me. However, waking up to an ET in my face still scared the shit out of me. So it was really funny because I gasped, I left my body, and I'm watching this thing, and before no time I got scared again. And when you leave your body, I've done it so many times now, when you leave your body and you get scared, you have this silver cord that pulls you back into your body. And so I'm in the corner like, what the heck, and I freak out, and then I can feel myself getting sucked back into my body, and it's like as I was going into my body, I could hear the final words of this being, and that was, "We're here to carve our own path." I go back into my body, and when I came to, this being was gone. Now, the reason why I feel that this being came to me is because when I was laying there in the bed, basically thinking to myself how disappointed I was to still be here. I remember questioning if maybe I should carry out what I started the next day. And so I believe that this being came because they knew I was still on the rocks for doing what I set out to do. And this really just blew my mind. And for 9 months, I didn't tell a single person that I attempted to commit suicide. I went on a drinking bender that ended with a 40-day straight blackout drunk. And yeah, I'm kind of getting off topic here. But anyways, something that I found interesting, after my 9-month long bender, I made a decision that I needed to clean up my life and change my life around. And one of the things that I incorporated that led me down the right path was going to a meditation where there was a healer named Teza from the Purple Oasis. And that really sent me to a place where I needed to be. And going to these meditations and being around all these intuitive people that can read your energy, and you know, they can tap into your third eye and basically see your whole life in a download. And so when I started speaking to these kind of people, these people with these abilities, about my experience with Archangel Michael, I didn't tell anyone about the ET thing because that was weird. That took even longer for me to tell someone. But basically, before long, I had a lot of intuitive friends, let's just say. And something that I found very interesting was I went to about 6 or 7 different intuitive friends that I had that weren't aware of my extraterrestrial meeting story. And they all said the exact same thing. Every single one of them. When I told them the story that I just shared with you, they told me that the being in my room was a space brother from Andromeda. And he was coming there to, you know, help me out in whatever way possible, which is what the impression I got from that experience when I was out of my body in the corner of the room. And yeah, I can't remember what else I was going to say about that. Oh, yes. Okay. So one last thing that I found pretty interesting was I was having a session with a gentleman named Rion de Ruin from Morning Coffee on YouTube. And he is a very intuitive gentleman. And he was telling me that the reason why I saw this being the way that I did, and the reason why I haven't been able to recognize it, was because my third eye at the time in 2014 was completely calcified. So I was looking through a distorted lens at this thing, and he told me that this being might have actually been a 6-foot tall white dude with long blonde hair that was trying to be like, yo, homie, it's all good kind of thing, right? And I'm looking at him like some kind of Hollywood freak show thing going on. Scared the shit out of me, made me leave my body. So anyways, that's my biggest story when it comes to meeting ET. So thought I'd share. Might be a little crazy for some. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.